Hello, hello. Pre-show audio check. How do I sound? Hopefully all good. Excellent. Thank you all. See you soon. Something only Mars would know? There are 50 idle trials. However, there is one discontinued idle trial, and there's also another limited time idle trial, 2 of those that we had. So I suppose there's technically 53 idle trials. Is that something only Mars would know? And here we go. Greetings, champions, and welcome to Mars Guiding Hand. I am Mars, and this is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a free-to-play, officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons formation strategy game from Codename Entertainment. On this partner stream, we take a look at the latest content, discuss strategies, and answer any questions that you may have about the game. So grab a drink, or a snack, get cozy, and join me for a couple of hours as we take a deeper look at all things Idle Champions. Today is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020, and in this 15th episode, we'll be talking about the Running event, Year 3, as well as our latest champion, Cradle, the half-elf rogue, and answering any questions that you might have. Alright, so let's get started. Just as I get my spec choice for Shandy, let's go speed. Cool. And thank you as always, C&E, for this wonderful opportunity. It is always a pleasure. And for the shout out in the game. The tea is English breakfast with honey. Very simple, but I haven't had English breakfast in a grip. It's been at least a few months since I've had a good cup of English breakfast. So, happy to have that again. Yeah, it's an interesting contrast, Michael USA. Bitter tea and sweet honey. And it's a local honey. Which I need right now because my allergies are killing me. If I seem sniffly today, that's why. Hopefully that's not too aggravating for you all. Anyway, hello everyone! Welcome to the Running. Welcome to Mars Guiding Hand. Welcome to my recording room. Good to have you folks here again. It's a pleasure, as always. We're going to be talking about the new event, the Running Year 3. We'll go over Category, we'll go over Spurt, and of course we'll be going over Cradle, that's like our main feature. And I'm just about to unlock him. I'm a tad quiet! Well, we can fix that! Okay, I should be about 33% more volume now than I was before. Oh no, there's a chest code. There's a chest code right here. I just haven't given you the joke for it yet. Another 33%? Alright, cool. Here, how about this? I was at like -1 decibel, and now I'm at no minus at all. How do I sound? Sound great now? Sweet. Thank you all for it. Until you get the joke, does the code really even exist, Zeke? It would be funny if C&E actually didn't, like, approve the code, like, enable it until I gave the joke out. So I've got this friend, right? I call him Claude. Claude the Bard. And he fancies himself quite the wordsmith, you might say. So Claude has this unfortunate quirk where he's just kind of always soggy. It's unpleasant. So once a year, I do a favor for my friend Claude the Bard. I fly Claude and myself out, middle of nowhere, some desert, right? And when he's not paying attention, I push him over. Can't believe he falls for this every year. Literally falls. I push him over. I pick him up by the foot, and I just start pulling him across the sand dunes. And that's how I drag the poet to dries him off. All right, there you go. That one was at least better than the past few weeks. It took a bit of work there. We got there. How do I have 2.5k event tokens already? Well, I have a blessing that you could have too. If I go look at my blessings. Torn. Start strong. Start all events with 2,500 more event tokens. So all you need to do is get this blessing yourself. And you could also start with 2,500 tokens. So, I am in the unlock mission for Cradle right now. As you can see, I've got Cradle ready to go. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab them. Do you guys want to see a free play or a variant? I feel like I should probably do a variant. I'm just not sure which one I'd like to do. Oh, I see Sean in the chat. What's up? Hey, Goo Comics! Awesome! Hey, you're doing great stuff, by the way. I love seeing every one of your comics that's coming out about D&D and Idle Champions. They've been fantastic. Keep it up. Love it. Okay, so we've unlocked Cradle. We have access to Cradle's free play, as well as Cradle's variants. So let's take a look at Cradle's variants real quick so that I can just pick one and we can dive in, huh? First up, we have Split Up, quest for a mystical and rare acorn while respecting everyone's personal space, which feels particularly fitting given the current global events. Yeah. A champion cannot be placed adjacent to any other champion. Okay, cool. I like that. And because of this weird formation shape, I feel like we could get a lot of really interesting stuff. Like, this is normally a 2-tank formation, but because you can't put anyone adjacent to each other, it forces you to do a 1-tank formation instead, that sort of thing. So that could be very interesting. The early bird gets the acorn, is the 2,500 token variant. Quest for mystical and rare acorn with cheaper champions only. Only champions in slots 1 to 7 can be used. Objective is area 125. Alright, so that's up to and including Minsk. Cool. And then lastly, we have Cradle's Posse, which we can't afford just yet, but I can as soon as I jump in and just start using some tokens because I have a lot of bounties. This is the 5,000 token variant. Objective is area 175. Cradle starts out in the formation and cannot be moved, removed, or swapped out. Okay, so this is the Cradle Spotlight variant then, as I refer to them. Only champions with a charisma score of 12 to 16 can be used. Okay. So, if I remember Cradle's mechanics right from the Champion Spotlight, that means this is kind of making you use Cradle DPS. I think. Let's go with split up for now, because that one's cheap and easy. Yeah, social distancing variant. Well, physical distancing variant. If you guys were able to tune in, go away, Wild Offer. If you guys were able to tune in to the special C&E stream we had a couple weeks ago, we had, was it Dr. Kelly Conrad? Was that her name? Trying to remember off the top of my head, and I do not have a great memory, if anyone can confirm that for me. But, she was a delight to have on as a guest. I think I asked her like a dozen questions, and one of the things she talked about is like social distancing versus physical distancing, because words matter. Anyway, how do you place familiars down like that so quickly? That is by holding down the F key. It brings up the familiars overlay, which you can then just left click anywhere and quickly place familiars down. Confirmed I do not have a good memory. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. I apologize to the good doctor. Especially since I took up so much of her time when she was there. Mind blown. Hey, you're welcome, Vince Blood. Happy to help. I mean, that's what I'm here for. Doesn't remember Sean's birthday. I mean, that's correct. I do not. I'm very bad at remembering birthdays. It's a miracle I even remember my own. And no, I won't say what it is. I'm sorry, Sean. We can almost get Deacon up to his speed increase. Oh, you're welcome, Goo Comics. Mikey Sleeves, are you using top-tier champs or just the ones you like? I'm new to the game. Well, it kind of depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes on stream, I will show off, like, my optimal strategies for doing, like, a deep push. I did that 2 weeks ago during the Greengrass Year 3 event. I did a deep run for Melf, and I managed to beat stage 800 for the first time. Yay! But I'd say most of the time, I'm just using champions I like. Because the point of any video game is to have fun. If fun for you is playing optimally, then awesome, go for it. And we definitely have, like, people you can talk to about, like, really hashing out, like, exactly, like, all the numbers. There's resources and stuff that are fantastic for that. Otherwise, maybe you're like me, and you just play the game to enjoy yourself, have a good time. I'm good at forgetting things. Thank you. That's nice. That's a good positive spin on that. Trombone, in your opinion, should I bother getting gear for category or the new guy? Both? I want to say both. I think it's still too early for me to really have, like, a firm opinion on Cradle just yet. Speaking of which, let's get the boy in here, so we can talk about him soon. But, I mean, I like Cadibri and Spurt. I use both of them all the time. I use Gromma more than I use Spurt, but I'd say Spurt is probably my second most used in slot. I like having Cadibri out because I really enjoy Companions of the Hall formations, as well as, you know, she contributes to the bounty of the Hall Gold Find boost, which is great for Azaka farming, or just, you know, favor grinding in general. Cradle is also, like, usable for all 3 patrons that we currently have in the game. Oh my gosh! We have an emote now! Ding dong! Oh, fantastic! When did that happen? I missed that. When did we get the ding dong emote? Is that, like, just now? Is that new? Just now? Oh my god! Debuting live on Mars Guiding Hand. Ding dong! We have an emote. Oh my god. Alright, just a second. I am subscribed, so I need to see this for myself. I thought I was subscribed. Well, I don't see that accessible for me yet. Oh, have to reload it. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to do that in the middle of my own show, so I'll just have to live vicariously through the rest of you posting ding dong emote. That's fantastic. Oh boy. Oh, that's so exciting. I bet you guys are really, really happy about that. That's so cool. And it comes through like really like clear visually too. That's easy to see. Nice. Very good. It's a beautiful thing, the birth of a meme that's unique to our community. See an emote. That's good. There's more coming? Oh man. Oh, that's so exciting. Do I get one? I look forward to seeing what else comes through the pipeline for that. Ding Dong is fantastic though. 0.5T, you got Ashara's best robe, or oh, her epic robe from my chest. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad. I love seeing whenever you guys like get cool stuff from my chest. Please tell me. Tell me if you get epics. Tell me if you get feats. Tell me if you get shinies. Those are always exciting for me. Okay. I feel like I should probably at least put some effort into designing this formation. So, without getting rid of Deacon so I can keep his speed boost going. And get Shandy out here. Let me see about setting this up. If I were to have a tank out, let's say Grama, for example. If I put Grama here, then I could have someone over here. You got Logical Thinker for Korth, Jerbear. Excellent. How do you change the skin of Familiar? Let me show you, because this is brand new. I actually just got mine this morning. I had like some kind of delay on getting my drop approved or whatever. So it finally came through this morning. When you have your Familiar bar open, if you have a skin for a Familiar, you'll have a little swap icon, just like you would for swapping a champion or swapping your click damage skin. And by clicking on that, it will bring up your skins available for that Familiar. Which is really exciting, because if they went ahead and put the tech through that in order to allow the Mei-chan to have alternate skins, then I'm betting we're going to get other Familiar skins in the future too. That'd be great. Watch us get, like, green flame everything. So it's just, like, every Familiar's on fire. That wouldn't really work for the golden flame skull, though. It's already on fire. Explosion, you got Mako's slot 1 epic. Fantastic. Hey, Mako's can be really cool, honestly. He can be DPS, he can be support, he can be gold find. Fops 33, you got a feat. Sweet. Green Flame Boo. Oh no, the poor thing. Oh gosh. Epic Shield for Archon. Ah, I love seeing all the stuff everybody's saying about the gear they're getting. And enjoy the new emote. You have one more reason or excuse to subscribe to the C&E Games channel now, so that you can spam ding dong emotes in the chat. Ah, that's great. You know, speaking of the stuff you guys are getting from my chest, I might as well open my own chest. If you missed the joke, it was about dragging a bard through a desert to dry him off. Okay. Nothing exciting there. But, hey, item levels are item levels. Oh, hey, Eric. Happy to see you. How's it going? Saw you won an auction on Twitter. Very good. Very cool. Oh, hey. Green Flame Gem. Speaking of that, my drops came in this morning. I was happy to see that I got the green flame gem. I didn't realize that the flames were animated. That looks really nice. Must not draw. I would be honored, Goo Comics. But yeah, you do your own thing. You know, Goo Comics, you'd probably be in good company if you showed up on Fridays for Cradles Champions, since that is our other resident community artist. Lee does some really good work on those pancakes. It is a delight. Yeah, let's get Green Flame Jim out here with his giant foam fingers. Captain Zat Brannigan. Oh, we have a celebrity. That's Futurama, right? It's been years since I've seen the show. Any advice for just beginning patrons other than grabbing time gate pieces? I unlocked Mert last night, we'll unlock Vajra today. Unlock Shroud too. Yeah, get all of your patrons that you can, so that you can get those time gate pieces every week. That's 3 time gate pieces every week, which is amazing. I mean, that's basically a free champion every 2 weeks. So, that's great, because you're already getting a champion every, like, 3 weeks from an event. And then, of course, every 3 weeks from the free time gate weekend. Fops33, dumb question, no such thing. How did you flip your chest card so fast? Is there a key to hold? It is the spacebar. You can spam spacebar to open chests more quickly. They added that functionality in, like, late year 1, maybe early year 2, something like that. Yes, you can get time gate pieces from patrons. Let me show you. When you go to your patrons window and you go to the patron shop, you can scroll down, and there's time gate piece. You can purchase 1 each week from each patron. So that's 3 time gate pieces if you have all 3 patrons unlocked. Where did the astronaut get a drink? The space bar. Oh, is that the, is this, what I asked last week for you guys to bring dumb jokes to the show in the chat? I appreciate it. It's lovely. Ever since I got a niece and nephew, I appreciate that level of humor far more. Yes, dad jokes. Okay. We need to talk about Cradles. We don't have the boy leveled up enough to look at all of his abilities. So we'll go over like his basic information for now, and when we finish this variant, I'll just go into a Torm adventure, because I have 4E37 Torm favor, so I'll be able to like just really easily level him up so that we can look at everything that he gets. But for now, we'll just go over Cradles' basic info. First of all, I really like his art. I think this is a really cool character design. That's probably one of the best looking capes, cloaks. Not sure what to call it. Clape? Cowl? I don't know. Anyway, I like the look of it very much. As always, the art in this game is fantastic. Cradles! The chaotic good half-elf rogue is a DPS and support character who pretty much boils down to like how many rogues are you using and what is the charisma score of everyone in your party to determine like whether he's your DPS or support. Anyway, a scoundrel, a swashbuckler, and a schemer. Cradles pretends he's not a hero, but somehow keeps finding himself on the side of light alongside his Baldur's Gate companions. Despite all his protests, Cradles is courageous when the chips are down and willing to sacrifice anything to save his newfound adventuring family. Really not sure why it's showing no affiliation here, as Cradles is supposed to be our final member of the Heroes of Baldur's Gate, alongside Minsk, Shandy, Neris, Delina. Is that it? I think that's it. I think there's 5. Okay. what abilities do we have on him so far? Okay, we don't have his ultimate unlocked yet, but we can go through some of his basic stuff. First of all, his basic attack is Reverse Pickpocket, which reminds me of like a mockumentary I saw growing up about some individual called the Put Pocket, who basically did exactly this. Cradle attacks a random enemy with his daggers. He also sneaks a smoke powder bomb onto their person, which explodes after 3 seconds. I have to assume that this works on, like, obstacles, like rubble that you have to break all of the segmented health on in order to get rid of it. Fire, like on this stage right here. Like these fires that have segmented health. I have to assume that it works on these as well, but I wonder how? Like, if I were to step into the fiction for a minute, how do you sneak something into the pocket of an inanimate object? He must be very skilled. Cradles from the Shadows ability at level 50 increases the damage of all champions in the back 2 columns, hello Delana, of the formation by 100%. This effect is doubled on Heroes of Baldur's Gate, Delana again, including Cradle himself. At level 200, his Charismatic Leader, Cradle provides buffs based on the charisma scores of other champions in the formation. So this is the really interesting mechanic of Cradle to me. Like, his most interesting mechanic is this, Charismatic Leader. Alright, so your ability scores matter in this game more and more over time. It used to not be the case whatsoever, but over time, it's been more important to pay attention to the ability scores of all your characters. In the case of Cradle, it's all about charisma. Charisma on everybody. So it breaks down into like 2 different categories. First is Lead with Flair. Cradle's own damage as a DPS character is increased by 100% for each champion in the formation with a charisma score of 12 to 16. We'll look at his specialization in just a moment, game. Give me a minute here. The second part of this is Wild Cards, where Cradle increases the damage of champions, as in other people, with a charisma score of 11 and lower, or 17 and higher. So outside of the range of the first part. So you've got 12 to 16 is the first half of Charismatic Leader, Lead with Flair, and this is for his DPS capabilities. And then Wild Cards is everything else. And that's for him, like, supporting. So if you want to use like a DPS in the formation with Cradle, and you don't want Cradle himself to be the DPS, then you should use a DPS character with a charisma score of 11 and lower, or 17 and higher. Okay, and then we have Thieves' Cant, which further increases the effect of Charismatic Leader by 100% for each rogue in the formation, stacking multiplicatively, which is fantastic. Buffs applying to the post-stack value, then applying to both Charismatic Leader abilities. Thieves Can't 1. Thieves can't use magic? No, that's untrue, because Arcane Trickster. Somebody said they had a question. Brain GM, you have a question about achievements, please ask away. This is the appropriate place for questions. I just have to also make sure to cover all the new content. Hello, Steven. Welcome. You are more than welcome to ask questions here on the stream, and if I have time, like, in between talking about all the new content stuff, then I'd be happy to answer them. Ice the Black Cat. Will there be another way to get the Birdsong skin? I hope so. I don't have, like, any official word on that. Sorry. Cruzion, is there any hero you think has the best burst AoE damage? If we're talking about, like, as a DPS character, Zorbu. Because Zorbu hits everything in a straight line, and is one of the best DPS characters in, like, the current meta. Anyway. Garwar question. I've heard rumors you're starting a new game challenge. Got any spoilers to share? Well, if you're implying, Garwar, that you're cool with me spoiling our mutual challenge, then yeah. Sure, I can spoil a little bit. So, you guys know that every now and then I start up a new account to do some kind of challenge run, like playing through the game completely gearless, for example. And I managed to unlock Azaka in like 3 months doing that. So Garwar and I had the idea of making completely new accounts and going through the same pace, like doing the same things in the same order. So the difference is what strategies we use. It's gonna be fun. Probably starting soonish. I hope. Zingped, it really wasn't terrible. It's slow. But it's not, Oh, I got a second pop-up. Wow! I'm honored. Thanks, Sandy. Michael thinks that I have an unfair advantage, given that I just have better shiny luck than Garwar, apparently. But I disagree. Garwar hit stage 800 before I did. Garwar, let's be honest, is better at the game than me. I'm extremely passionate about the game, but Garwar's smarter about the game. Alright, let's take a look at Cradles Specialisations, now that we have a little moment here. So we have Close-Up Magic. Cradle focuses on his own damage, increasing that portion of his Charismatic Leader ability. Increases the effect of Cradle's Charismatic Leader, lead with Flair. Remember, that's the middle ground of 12 to 16 Charisma, which buffs his own damage as a DPS character. Or Training Camp. Cradle focuses on the damage of others, increasing that portion of his Charismatic Leader ability. Increases the effect of Cradle's Charismatic Leader wildcards by 200%. And this is, again, the other one, where it's either 11 or lower, or 17 or higher. So this is really straightforward for a specialization. If Cradle is your DPS, choose the left spec. If Cradle is a support and you're using someone else as your DPS, choose the right spec. Svelte Desert. Is there a way to see what an item does when you get an upgrade for it in a chest? I'm newer, don't have them all memorized, so it's a little frustrating to see I got a blue upgrade for something and not know what I just got upgraded. I don't think you can see that, like, the instant that you open up a chest. Let's try that ourselves, just to make sure. Yeah, no. If you squint very hard, you might be able to read this. You have no chance of reading this, I'm sure. The compulsion to open up chests is too strong. So, I suppose what you could do is just remember what champion you got that item on, and then go look at that champion to hover over their items and find the one matching the art of the one that you just got. Yeah, I think that's your best bet. Sorry, there isn't a better answer for that. If you set him as your DPS, do your enemies go from Cradle to the grave? Hey, that's pretty good. That could have been the name of an achievement. Or one of the variants. Cradle to grave. That'd be pretty good. What's the best way to get more familiars? If I'm being honest, money. The majority of familiars are available for purchase through various means, like different DLC packs or what have you. But if you're talking about free familiars, then there are familiars that you can get with gems in the game currency, and there are familiars that you can get using patron currency now. There's one familiar per patron now. So you can focus on gem grinding and on patrons if you want to get some free familiars. Alright, we've already completed Split Up. No big deal. And by the way, this was using, what's my favor currently? 1.7 E5 favor in the event, which I got from on just unlocking Cradle. No potions, and certainly not a optimal formation either when I was unlocking it. Alright. Let's complete this. Skip button. And let's just jump into a Grand Tour of the Sword Coast. Oh, I just instinctively started moving toward Mad Wizard. But let's not do that. Let's do, Oh, you know what? This would be more appropriate, wouldn't it? Let's go to Baldur's Gate. Let's set up a Baldur's Gate formation, now that we have every member of the team, huh? Am I getting a load? Okay, good. Is it just me, or is the Green Flame Mage Hand look kind of like a golden color with the coloration? I mean, is there like a filter over this adventure for like the dinginess of Baldur's Gate? It kind of looks like... I mean, I'm colorblind, so it might just be my eyes. Anyway, I'm going to get the Baldur's Gate champions out, and I'm going to use Cradle as support for this. Count Casper, Mars, which champion would you recommend for the event? Gut reaction, Catti-Brie. I am not familiarized enough yet with Cradle to really have an informed opinion of him. I will by next week. But for now, he's still under review. Look forward to Garwar's stream on Friday, since he'll have a couple more days to think about it than I do. And also Silesa's evaluation, which I'm sure will go up on the Reddit at some point. Seagrow, what do the affiliations do? Well, it depends. Some affiliations honestly don't really do anything. Other affiliations actually do have gameplay mechanics having to do with their characters, and every affiliation is different. So you just have to like play with those characters and check out what those affiliations do. Like the Eros synergy mechanic that is on all of the Heroes of Eros affiliation members, such as Keelek and Sentry and Ayla. HP Devout, when would you drop contracts and chests for the event? When would I do it? All the time. I'll do it right now. Sure, whatever. There we go. Now I have enough to play with. When should you do it is a very different question. Depends. So, one thing that you can do is go deep into your event as far as you can, and then use contracts. Because then you'll get a sudden gold explosion that'll increase your favor before you reset. Not only giving you the tokens, but also bumping up your favor higher than it would if you just waited there for a couple of minutes at your wall. Blasphemer 2016. There are diminishing returns of the click arrow as an adventure progresses. Is there a point where you just stop worrying about leveling and click damage? It depends on your favor. With my E37 favor for Torm, I can get to maybe about stage 300 before my click damage doesn't really matter anymore. but it depends on how much favor you have, really. And also, events are different. It is easier to progress in events because the health of enemies is calculated differently. It's just easier. So click damage is more important for events than for regular campaigns. All right, catch you later, Fred. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, you're right. Thank you, the Gurker. Cradle does have his feat slot open. Oh, go ahead and grab that. Let's take a look at his feats. So, Cradle's default feats: Tavern Brawler. This is your standard 30% DPS feat that all the DPS characters get, and Selflessness, which is your standard 10% all damage feat that all of the support characters get. Since I'm going to be using him as a support for this run, I'll just take Selflessness. But let's take a look at the others that he has. Grappler, okay, 60%. Inspiring Leader, 25% all damage. Okay, but his specific feats are Shadow Dealing, increasing the effectiveness from the Shadows ability, which is less exciting for me rather than his Harrowing History, because this is 40% increase to Charismatic Leader, which is his very interesting mechanic, in my opinion. Oh, we finally got his ultimate now. 220-second cooldown. Cradle appears from the shadows behind a random enemy and brutally backstabs it for massive damage. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Not much animation to that. Maybe we didn't get to see much because the enemy died instantly from the click damage. I'm gonna get some other champions out here. Long question from Phoenician. Phoenician Ultimatum. With ability scores seeming to become more important to formations and buffs champs get, is it possible that we could get a little area in the upgrade screen saying how many champs we have that fit into each category? Using Cradle as an example, this area, blip, or whatever, says we have 5 champs between 12 to 16 and outside that range, so we'd know which one to prioritize without needing to remember the scores for each champ we are using. I mean, more info visible, more useful information visually collected and displayed is better in my opinion, as long as it's not overwhelming. You know, as long as it's not visually as long as it's not too much visual bloat, you know? The DPS breakdown, I loved this when we first got it, but as time's gone on, I never used this. This doesn't really matter to me. The only time I bother checking this is to just at a glance know who my top DPS character is for the purpose of patron challenges. And that's it. That's all I use that for. So maybe that could be reworked into something? I don't know. I don't call the shots about stuff like that. I'm just some guy who really loves this game and has an official show for it. But I appreciate the discussion. Alright, let's get the rest of my team out here. Come on, Neris. Come on, Minsk. And Delana. Go away, Deacon. At least for now. I'll bring you back in a moment, Deacon. But first, I'm gonna take Tides of Chaos. I'm gonna take Humanoids. I'm gonna take Kellenbor's Will. Alright, I want Delana in the back. I want Neris to be within 2 steps of Delana, so that she can throw her spiritual weapon over there. I suppose it would be better to have Shandy behind Delana for, explosive arrows. And that does give me the opportunity to move Neris up closer for my tank line. And there's just kind of a nice symmetry here that we have, all 5 members of the Heroes of Baldur's Gate. Kind of organized in a neat way. I like that. Oh, yeah. I was thinking of Neris's healing. Thank you. Yeah, Neris's war healing. 2 slots for that. Spiritual weapon, no range. Thank you for correcting me, guys. Yeah, I have several characters that are not full epic. I have plenty of missing epics. And I think I only have one character, Nayeli, who is like full guild. Shinies and Goldens. She's probably my best equipped character that I hardly ever use anymore. Ragnats, Mars, what's your chosen tactic for no support patron challenges? Familiars. Throw out any multi-hit DPS characters, who are, of course, are not... Well, I guess just any multi-hit characters that you can. And otherwise, just familiars. 6 familiars on the field, 1 on click damage. Reset when they stop killing things. Just do that over and over until you get that challenge completed. That's the simple way to do it. That's not the fun way to do it. The fun way to do is to actually try to make a formation. Mortonid. Question, do you ever go beyond soft cap? Often. If so, what's your reasoning or motives? I hit soft cap way earlier than I hit my wall. Like, I could, on this run, reach my soft cap. I could, on a 0 favor event or time gate run, I could reach soft cap. And go past that. You used to have to go past soft cap to unlock your second feat slot, but that's... not as necessary anymore. I think there's like some champions that's like in their soft cap range now. You still do Trontonian? Cool. How can you beat soft cap in a new run? What gives you the power then? I've been doing this for like 14,000 hours. So I've got like a ton of achievements. I've got every blessing in every campaign that has blessings. I've got almost all the patron perks. And I've just got really, really, really good gear. I think my highest item level is over 1500. So, yeah, it's pretty easy for me to get, like, all the way up to, say, stage 700. Or even 800. 800's harder, but I can definitely reach 700 on a 0 favor run. Did I finish my 50s? No. No, I actually still have... Check this out. It's Volania. 1 average item level to go. Can I... Cradle, please. Cradle, can you please give me a blacksmith contract? No. Well, okay. Oh, I like this ring, though. I like the emblem here. It's pretty. Aha, it is a cloak. So I need any blacksmith contract, and I think I should be able to finish Volania. Ragnats, Mars, which achievement is your white whale? I mean, it's got to be the item level 5000, right? Because I don't think anyone has that yet. Is there a dagger in that cloak? I have a dagger hanging up back here on my wall. I also have a cloak that I used to wear for my own Twitch channel. And that's in my closet over there. So I could have a cloak and dagger. I don't know about Cradle, though. Oh, but I don't think I actually answered the question of why would I go past soft cap to get like just more levels. You can get a tiny bit of extra DPS on your DPS character if you continue to over-level them past soft cap. Like E1 at the most, maybe. Alright, catch you later, Eric. Thank you for joining us. Do we have all of Cradle's abilities now? Aha, there's still Training Camp, which we couldn't cover in the last adventure that we were on, which is just a flat increase. And is that it? Yeah, it looks like that's it. That's okay. But now we can try building a formation around Cradle. Alright, Cradle. If I already know that I'm going to be using Delina and or Minsk as my DPS characters, which is fun because they both qualify for DPS when using Cradle, which has to be, like, you know, on purpose, right? Cradle's, you know, their leader, so he wants to boost them as DPS characters. Delina has Charisma 17, and Minsk has Charisma 10, which means they fit in the wild cards of Cradle's charismatic leader. So you have wild cards, Cradle increase the damage changed to Charisma score of 11 and lower, Minsk or 17 and higher, Delina. So I'm going to be setting up Delina and or Minsk, I guess, dual DPS. Who do I want to use for that? Turiel likes when people are really far behind him. So I'm going to take Turiel and put him in Lawful Mission. How's your charisma, buddy? Well, that's okay. Who else do I actually want to put out here on my tank line? It's a 3-tank line, so I figure I should probably have... I do like using Tyrell, because Bear is really fun. But Tyrell wants people 2 steps behind him at the most. And Delina and Minsk are definitely further away than that. I could use... Briv! That's right, we actually talked about this on the Discord. Did some minor theory crafting a while ago, like yesterday, about what tank to use for a Cradle formation, and Briv's good. Because Briv doesn't care how far away you are. He buffs everybody. Oh, you're very welcome, Morganid. I hope that our answers help you. Cheers, everyone. Black Wolf, what does soft cap mean? So when any of us in the Idle Champions community use the phrase soft cap, you know, like every game has its own terminology, because this is just one of ours. Soft cap refers to when you have leveled up a champion to the point that you cannot upgrade them further. Instead of having these little symbols like a sword that says it increased their DPS, or this like this icon that means that some ability of theirs is increased. Instead of those, it'll just be like a circle with a diagonal line through it, which is to tell you, you're not getting any more upgrades, pal. You're done. You're out. That's the soft cap. And every now and then, C&E will increase the soft cap of all characters. They did so recently, from about E56 to about E63. What'd I do with Briv? I just put him out there. I don't think I did anything with him. Yeah, I went middle spec. I don't think my spec choice for Briv really matters here, anyway. I'm more just, I guess, theory crafting a formation here. And showing off the mechanics of the Baldur's Gate heroes. Turiel, Wolfgar, and Walnut for tanks. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be getting to my wall here. I just wanted to level up Cradle, show off what a formation with Cradle might look like, and then I'm going to jump into one of his other variants at the top of the hour, probably. But who else would I put out here? Maybe Ayla? Maybe? It would be in my best interest to get some more rogues out here, you know? We don't really have any there. We got Ishii and Jarlaxle. They're not exactly support. Oh, we can do Spurt! That'd be cute. Sure. Come on, buddy. It's your event anyway. Yeah. Alright, cool. And let's just do Cinefold. Doesn't matter. Not for this anyway. No, I don't really want to use Artemis because, like, Artemis would just take whatever the other TPS characters are doing and do it better. It would become an Artemis DPS formation. Can we talk about this formation, how messed up it is for new players? Absolutely. You are more than welcome to talk about, like, how bad my formations are. We can do optimal formations if you want to do optimal formations. Oh, not my formation, the Cradle formation itself. Oh, yeah. If you guys haven't seen this formation, oh boy. It's wild. Look at that shape. Personally, I'm thrilled because I love a challenge. But, like, if you're a new player, if you just started, like, today or a week ago or something, and you looked at this, I would imagine your first thought would be like, what do I do with this? How do I play this? Yeah, it's a rough one, definitely. Yeah, I'd be worried if I was a new player for doing that formation. Not sure who else I want to put out here. Maybe, I mean, I do need another tank. I feel like I go barrel way too often. I'm just gonna go Ayla. Give her a chance. And who else would be cool to put out here? I mean, I guess Averin is fine. Sure. We'll do Goodaline. Sturdy Mirrors. Okay. And I'm going to put him here, because Neris won't need to heal Turiel, because Turiel will just redirect everyone to either Briv or Ayla. So Briv and Ayla are both within 2 steps of Neris, so Neris' War Healing will apply to them if necessary. And Averin now has 4 adjacencies, which is the most that we can get for him on this formation. Okay, so this looks alright to me. Yeah, I like this. So this is just like a quick and dirty Delina DPS featuring Cradle support formation. And I like it enough that I'm gonna save it. And you can't stop me. As you can see, I haven't really saved many at all in the Tiamat campaign yet. Descent into Avernus. Delina, DPS, Heroes of Bald. Nope, not enough room. Baldur's Gate. Nope. Dang. Okay. Baldur's Gate. Delina, DPS. Nope. Okay, just Delina. Whatever. Fine. It's like one character short. Yeah, I guess I could just use the acronym HOBG. Anyway, I'll know what that means. Yeah, it is fun to go back and look at old formations like, what was I doing with this? Nightbot, you need to calm down, buddy. Goo Comics, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The one we love to hate. Delana. Shiny thief and all. I actually wish she would hurry up and steal her last shiny here, just so I can feel like she's done and won't bother me anymore about it. Not too long ago, I was really relying on her to get through a Vajra variant, Visions of Strahd, and the fact that I was missing one shiny on her. Like, ugh, if I just had this one last shiny on Delana, I could finish this. Ugh, it was so close. Yeah, even the game itself won't let me call Delana DPS. Phasmodius, yeah, I agree. Cradles' formation layout is crazy. Oh, I'm jealous, Goo. You know, it's funny, Goo Comics, because like every time I see your name, I think of this little guy, the ghost in my cup here, because its name is Goo. I named this ghost Goo, and that was before I ever met you. Jamman J, Mars, did you get your Green Flame gem skin? I did. Check it out. I can't really show it off as much as I would love to because I'm doing a Heroes of Baldur's Gate formation today. But I did get my Green Flame gem skin this morning, actually. It came through finally. So I was very happy about that. It looks really good. I love the animated flames. I like that even his eyes are green. It's subtle, it's hard to tell, but it's there. It looks really good. Someone did an edit of it using the coloring sheet, and they posted it on the fan art channel of the Discord, which was like blue and white. It looks so good. I love blue and white color schemes. Speaking of which, I should mention it at least once in my show. Coloring sheets! There is currently something going on in the community where you can color pages in order to get, like, basically chests for the entire community. Everybody gets chest codes for every 100 sheets that get colored. And we've had a few hundred so far. And there's also, like, a special incentive each week for, like, a certain champion. And this week, it's the Green Flame Gem sheet, which just got put out. I haven't done that one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. You should, Goo Comics. I figure you'd be really amazing at that if you did. The Kubale, how should I farm favors at the late game? Azaka farming. If we're talking about late game, talking about like intermediate to advanced level of play, look up Azaka farming. Or like ask Garwar to show you on his stream on Fridays. Garwar, how many times have you actually had to show off Azaka farming now? Because I think I've done it twice on my show. And yeah, you can do the coloring sheets digitally, or you can print them out and color them in. I've done both, and I think I prefer printing them out and coloring them in with crayons. It's nice. How long is the event going for, Wicked Clown? 12 days. Always 12 days. So 11 days, 21 hours, and 56 minutes remaining. Events run for 12 days. And then there's basically like a week and a half, like 9 days in between. And then the next event will start. So it's like a constant 21-day cycle of that. It's very regular. You can like rely on that. It'll only ever get like delayed if there's some problem. Like if the game messes up or something. And typically when that's happened in the past, which has only been like a couple of times ever, if they have to delay the start of an event, they will also delay the end of the event to make up for it. Kinda hazy one. I actually do have a guide to unlocking Azaka, but it's outdated. I'll consider doing a visual aid for Azaka farming, but I feel like that would need fairly constant like updating. I'm not sure about that, but I'll think about it. I'll write it down. How about that? That's not a bad idea. I'll write it down. I'll come back to that. Azaka Farm VA. Cool. Still working on the gem spending visual aid. Still working on it. It'll be out eventually. It's the top of the hour, so if anyone is just joining us halfway through this week's episode, hello! I'm Mars. This is Mars Guiding Hand. And we are covering the Running Year 3 event and the addition of Cradles, the half-elf rogue, our newest character added to the game as of today. We are currently in a formation that utilizes all the members of the Heroes of Baldur's Gate affiliation. Now that we have Cradles, we have the full team. So we're seeing like what that's like. We're using like Delina, Minsk, DP, kind of a dual DPS thing. Players obsessed with optimization would tell you to never do this, to never play dual DPS, but, I mean, it's fun. If I was really concerned about going, like, really deep into this run, yeah, I wouldn't be doing this, but it's kind of nice to mix things up every now and then and play just for fun. First, we say never play Delina. Oh, that's so painfully true, was a lot. I wish it weren't the case. But apart... If I'm being really honest, I kind of like it, because it's sort of like, no matter how things change, we always have the eternal truth. There are certain eternal truths in this game, and one of them, Delina's always bad. It's not that she's bad, it's just that others are better. But the joke is fun. It's fun to, like, play punching bag with Delina. Like, everybody commiserating, like, oh, I got a shiny on Delina. Oh, I'm so sorry. F. Rip. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. Yeah, it's fun. Delina or Black Viper, who is worse? Hell nah, dude. Honestly, as far as the numbers go, I don't know. But I'll tell you that I enjoy using Delina more than I enjoy using Black Viper. Your first shiny was for Delina, Jam Man? Oh boy. Sean, did you just tease us with another emote being approved? For CNE emote, hello Sean? No? Okay. Maybe? Alright, cool. Well, whatever we get, I'm really excited. Fire and 70, could you one day make a worst possible formation? Ooh! That's a fun idea! I like that! Maybe! Maybe my next, maybe like 2 episodes from now, episode 17, since that'll be in between events, maybe I'll try that for whatever that new content is that week. That could be interesting. Like, I'll need time to think about that. Like, what kind of rules would I use? Would I have to use, like, fill every slot? That'd probably be the first thing. I have to fill every slot. Do familiars count? I don't know. I'll have to think about that, but that's a very interesting idea. Yeah, maybe the worst possible might be, like, no supports, or or all DPS, or something like that. Yeah. You'll get there, Sean. I believe in you. You can do it, buddy. Believe in the heart of the Twitch chat. Believe in the me that believes in you. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good about... Sean, I'm glad you got the reference. It's a great show. I'm feeling pretty good about how this formation looks. This has been pretty fun. It seems like, it's like switching between Minsk and Delina DPS if we just follow Neris's sword. the spiritual weapon. It's like switching between them. Occasionally it moves to Minsk, but it's mostly staying on Delano. That's interesting. I might play around with this more, like, on my own. But I think for now I'd like to go do Cradles' other variants. So let's just stop this here. Awesome, Sean. I'm glad. Alright, let's go. Do you guys want to see Early Bird gets the Acorn or Cradles Posse? Do we want the Cradle Champion Spotlight variant, or do we want there's... It's not Visions of Strahd. There's some variant in one of the permanent campaigns that's like you can't, like, you're limited to just the early slots, but it's not the core champions. I can't remember. There's so many in the game, and you know there's over 100 adventures and variants in the game now. It's hard to keep up with everything. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the Cradle Spotlight variant, since we're debuting Cradle today anyway. So we just saw what using like a Cradle support formation looks like. And this one kind of forces you to do Cradle DPS. It doesn't really force you to. It's just that you are forced to use Cradle. And only champions with a critical score of 12 to 16, which is to say champions who buff Cradle's damage. So it's kind of pushing you toward doing Cradle DPS, but not really forcing you to. I'm sure if you had to, you could probably force a different DPS formation out of this, but it's probably just easier to play along and do Cradle DPS. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and set a familiar on Cradle. I like using single tank formations anyway, so I'll go ahead and put Turiel out there for when I later get a tank out. Can we move him at all? Cannot move him. Ugh. Okay. I'd like if I could at least move the boy around. Oh, it did work for Garwar. Oh, fantastic. Ding dong. Hello, Sean. I am so glad that CNE, that you guys like went along with the joke, that you embraced it and went along with it, because I think that's very healthy for the community and all. It's great. It's been truly a pleasure having our own very fun like in joke for the community. Ding dong. Okay. I'd like to use Paulton. Guess we could use Sentry for now? Sure. Let's go ahead and put Sentry over here. Ooh, hey, we can use Killick. Excellent. Johnny Dwarf. Amusing doing your Strahd chores, and your no tanks party also makes Artemis your main DPS. Oh yeah, because he's like weirdly a decent tank. If you have lots of shielders out. It's fun. It's awesome seeing everyone excited about these emotes. That's fantastic. Oh, hey! I'm not going to do a coloring sheet live, but do you guys want to see the ones that I did this past week? I'll just show them on the camera real quick. This is the one we did last week, Pirate Walnut. Here's Celeste. Here's like a spooky, scary Dritz. When's the drop for Green Flame? Was a lot. That would have been yesterday. Last night. Here's Morgane. And remember, you too can join in on the coloring sheet fun by going to the Idle Champions blog on the Codename Entertainment website and downloading the coloring sheets. Don't know why I blanked on that. Here's one that I was really excited about. This is like a discotheque Sasaspia with like cool glasses and everything. It's awesome. I thought, like, what if I did each of her scales a different color, and it ended up being like this prismatic majesty. It was wonderful. Here's like a Shinobi Rosie. My favorite thing to do with these coloring sheets is to edit them with a Sharpie, so that I can like define my own coloring regions and kind of change things. There's Makos. And lastly, this one I really like. It's like an evil golden Brunor. It's really good. Okay, who else do we want to use here? I feel like Shandy's probably a really good choice for this, since she would also play into Cradles' affiliation mechanics. So yeah, we'll have Shandy out. You like Golden Brunor? Excellent. I'm glad you do. Oh, you meant like a Green Flame Gym emote. That's probably more for Penny Arcade, right? More so than for the C&E Games Twitch channel. Penny Arcade probably wouldn't be thrilled about having one of their own, like, jokey reference things be an emote for a different Twitch channel altogether. Yeah, see, there you go. Set Manja put that in. They do have a Green Flame emote. Thank you. Mikey Sleeves asks, best way to farm gems? Mad Wizard, buddy! Go beat up wizards! I even made a wallpaper for it, like a year ago, showing, like, the Mad Wizard background, and the Mad Wizard himself, like, lying on the ground, like, no, don't hurt me! And just a bunch of champions around him, all jumping in with their weapons. Go beat up wizards. Get paid for it. But yeah, you put out familiars, put out speed champions, play Mad Wizard over and 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 over. It's not the most fun way to farm gems, but it is the fastest. Scooby GER, do you use Kroll for gold farming? I do. Yes. Kroll is arguably one of the most important aspects of gold farming formations. Especially like with his Pilfer spec on. If you can get 40 stacks of Pilfer on a single mob, especially if that mob's a gemmed mimic, that's money. Garwar showed that on stream a while ago. It's a lot of favor that way. What do I mean by a gemmed mimic? I mean a gemmed mimic. I can't put him out just now because I don't have enough favor to recruit him to the team currently. But Gem Dark Magic, the slot 7 character, swaps with Minsk, who got the Green Flame skin last night from Penny Arcade. He has the Wand of Wonder formation ability, which makes it so that every few attacks, he will do a random magical effect to the enemy that he's targeting, which one of those effects can include transmogrifying it into a mimic. Mimics have armored health, and they also drop like 10 times more gold than normal, which is useful for gold farming for obvious reasons. But it can be very difficult to get a gem mimic out who also has a healthy pile of Kroll's Pilfer stacks. That can be difficult to do, but it's possible, as Garwar and others have shown. I think the most I've ever had is 20 pilfer stacks on a Mimic. But I have seen higher. Jimmick. Ha ha! I do like that for shorthand. Yeah, can we call those Jimmicks? It really rolls off the tongue. Oh, Wizzelot, you got a 40 last night. Nice. Yeah, it can be kind of frustrating, like going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until you finally get it on the stage that you want it on. Getting 40 stacks. Now I can get Jim out. Well, not quite yet. I can't afford him yet. Do I even want to use Jim here? I'll probably use Category, actually. It's our event anyway. What's gonna be better here? I guess? Sure. Steven456, when is the best time to open gold chest? Do I wait till I hit a wall, or what do I do? So silver chests give you gold when you open them. Gold chests do not. I know maybe that sounds confusing, but gold chest will give you consumable items and gear, but it will not give you straight gold like silver chests do. So if I were you, with gold chests, I would open them immediately. Whenever you get them, go ahead and open them. Hell nah, dude. What's the priority for this event? Nah, don't know yet. Some people have already been talking about what their priorities are, like in the Discord. I've seen people saying, like, oh, Cradles low priority, but I don't want to jump the shark and immediately, like, throw Cradle in the trash bin or anything like that. I think he's cool. I think he's got potential. I really like Charismatic Leader. And I want to see... I'll have a better opinion of him by next week. For now, I would probably prioritize Spurt and Catti-Brie equally. So I guess? I mean, I don't want to say don't prioritize Cradle. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, which is what I do every single event. Every single event, I prioritize the new person. Whoever the new champion is, they're my #1 priority. Every single time, even if I don't like them. Because I might come to like them eventually, and then I would regret not having prioritized them when I had the chance. Adoc Rock, are you meant to lose Kroll's Pilfer Stacks when creating a Gimmick? Yes, that does happen. It'd be nice if it didn't, huh? But yeah, I think it's because, like, I guess the game treats that enemy as being removed and putting in a different enemy entirely, so all of these, like, effects that were on the previous enemy are gone. I guess that's why that happens. But it would be nice if it kept the stacks. Yeah, Giant Dwarf, to do like a worst formation ever, I guess that's a way that you could do it, but that's like open to a lot of interpretation. It's very subjective to do a worst-in slot of choosing, like, whoever, I guess, is the least popular in each slot in the community. For some of those, that's really difficult. Like, I don't know who I would choose for slot 1. I use everybody in slot 1 for different reasons. Gut reaction, I would say Sasaspia. But some people swear by Sasaspia. They love using Sasaspia, so I don't know. I guess I could always go look at the Ridge spreadsheet and see like who my lowest ranked champion as far as like buffing or damage or whatever goes for every single slot. I I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I like Sasaspia conceptually. Like, I'm not against her or anything. It's just that, like, I use everyone else in her slot more. Oh, use Turiel and put him in the back so that he does nothing. Yeah, I guess that would be the way to least optimally use Turiel. Yikes. What about using a formation of the champions you use the least? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that could be fun. See, I try to make myself use champions that I don't regularly use all the time so that I can, like, keep my mind fresh about, like, how they work. And you kind of have to for doing patron challenges, anyway. Steven, Turiel, this guy, you want him to be in the front, and you want whoever he's buffing to be as far in the back away from him as possible. The further back people are away from Turiel, the more of a buff they will get from Turiel. So I guess he'd work pretty well with Dragon Bait in this formation. For left spec Dragon Bait. Do you guys have any initial thoughts on optimizing the Cradle formation? I know some of you folks out there are already thinking about it. Like Averin, bad positioning for this. I probably wouldn't use Averin. I mean, maybe, but not sure. On some stream, can you show how to use the Ridge spreadsheet? Probably not, if I'm being honest. I don't think I could do that. Mars Guiding Hand is like very specific content, and I don't think I could justify showing that off on my stream. Maybe Garwar? Maybe. Or maybe someone could just make a YouTube video showing how to use it. That's more likely, I would think. You've never really used it? Oh, okay. I find it useful. But it can be confusing for people. Yeah, everyone can still get 3 adjacencies, which is not nothing. Do I personally use familiars on ultimates? I do. Depends on the situation. Like, if I want to use a speed formation, then I put familiars on useful ultimates for that. So, for example, if I have Grama on the field, I would not put a familiar on her ultimate, because her Wall of Stone can spawn, like, right up against the edge of the screen, which prevents enemies from getting, like, far enough in to be clicked by familiars or attacked by champions, effectively being anti-speed at that point. You can put familiars on specific ultimates. Watch. When I hold the F key for my familiars overlay, I can tell my familiars to go roaming over all of my ultimates, or I can put them on a specific ultimate, just like that. And whenever that ultimate is available, my little trash panda here will make sure to always click it for me. Ooh, not a lot of options there, huh? Just Volanya. Okay, well, that's fine. Hold, 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 hold. I really hope I get to share this very exciting moment with you guys. Okay, okay, okay. Yes! Ah! Finally! God, that took like over a year! Ah! Pardon my excitement. That was a lot of work. Jeez. For those of you who don't know, hi. My rule of thumb for getting my event champions geared has pretty much always been, since my Farida debacle, to get all of my event champions to at least item level 50 or higher. And as of today, and can we confirm that with time gates? If I go to my item level and sort by lowest, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. Everyone is at least level 50. That feels good. Yeah. New goal! Since what debacle? Farida. This somehow comes up every single stream organically, but once upon a time, I put like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of blacksmith contracts onto Frida because I really liked her, and now I barely ever use her. So even though she has over item level 1000, I barely ever use her. So I instead try to get everyone to about the same item level average. Nothing changes at 50. That was just an arbitrary goal that I set for myself. Oh no. Yeah, as Death01 points out, there is Cradle now. So I'm not actually done. I still have to get Cradle to level 50. Ugh! Why? Why? Why couldn't I finish this yesterday before Cradle was out? Or even earlier today? Oh, man. Death01, you had to just kill my joy. Oh, well. That's okay. Step up your game, Mars. Thanks. Thanks was a lot. Yeah, I guess I'm putting everything on Cradle now. Ah, boy. Okay. There we go. Get some better dexterity adjacencies for Grama here. Who can we use in this slot? No one! Yikes! Is anyone close? And also has a charisma feat? Nope. Okay, so I guess no one in slot 9 for this variant. That's good to know. Conradept. Do duplicates affect item levels or just contracts? Every item level matters. Every item matters. Yes, your item levels will stack. Everything counts. Remember, for Cradle, left specs DPS, right specs for support. In regard to what Cradle's role is in information, that is. Is this game free-to-play friendly? Yes. And the company that makes it is quite generous with giving out free stuff. Join the community, like join the Discord. Can we get a link to the Discord in the chat, please? Join the Discord. And you'll find codes that go up for free stuff every week. Like this one. Yeah, in my opinion, it's very free-play friendly. And it seems like other people in the chat are echoing the same sentiment. Yeah. No! Michael, do not start that rumor or something. You don't have to pay anything to watch my show. If you'd like to subscribe to the C&E Games Twitch channel, I'm sure they very much appreciate it. But no, it does not cost money to watch my show. Is there any codes for free familiars? I don't believe so. But it's not hard to earn your first familiar. It's 1,000 gems for the first one. You can get that like day one. As proof of whether this is free-to-play friendly or not, I've done 2 different challenge accounts. One was strictly free-to-play, like no premium content whatsoever, not even like gifts from other people. And doing that, it took me 2 months to unlock a Zaka, which is like one of the kind of a checkpoint, like a milestone for playing through the game for people. It's kind of like unlocking a Zaka is sort of like saying, okay, I'm done with the early game of Idle Champions now. I understand how the game works. I've graduated from new player to established player now. And I've also done a completely gearless account, so like never opening a single chest for any character whatsoever. And using that, it was 3 months to get a Zaka. Oh! Michael USA, I don't actually know. I don't know. Does that... Can anyone in the chat confirm if you did not have the Mage Hand familiar before, if you got the Green Flame Mage Hand, if that unlocked the Mage Hand familiar for you? Garwar, that is confirmed? Nice! Okay. Talahamut says, yeah, Kilted Hudson, Caliver, Unforeseen Power, Mortonid. Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys. Cool. So, to answer the question, then, yeah, actually, as of last night, you could get a free familiar. It's very timely. Kempafet, on the Gearless account, how many chests did you have when you got a Zaka? Hundreds. Like, lots of event chests, lots of newsletter chests, lots of silver and gold basic chests. Yeah, hundreds of them. I had wanted to, like, somehow give them away, like some kind of huge jackpot prize or something for some lucky person in the community, but that didn't work out. That would have been way too much trouble for C&E. Is it worth using all blacksmith contracts on just one champion? Snow Elzen, in this case, like Strix? I would say no, actually. I would say it is better to spread them out. That's what I do. And that is from experience. I put a lot, like several months of blacksmith contracts onto one champion, and now I hardly ever use that champion. Ever since then, I switched to spreading them out evenly, and that has been far, far, far better in my experience. Is the video frozen for you? Stressed out? Sometimes I get technical issues over here. So sorry if that happens. Try reloading the stream. What's another way of getting the pets besides buying and gems? Patrons. I showed this off earlier, but if you go to the patrons, if you have patrons unlocked, you can go to the patron shop, and each patron has a familiar. This is very recent, like just a few weeks ago that they added this. There's one familiar for each of these that you can get. And that's using in-game currency, the patron currency. So that is not real money to get those. Conrad Adept. When would you consider somebody no longer a new player? Azaka. Yeah. I feel like Azaka is still, like, a pretty good milestone for graduating from new player to, like, I know what I'm doing kind of player. And then probably Dragonbait after that for being like, oh, I'm an advanced player. I really know what I'm doing now. Dragonbait's definitely harder. One of the hardest non-patron milestones in the game currently. Trombone. So as a very new player, does it make sense to even try patrons once they can unlock due to the restrictions they place on your group? Yeah, totally. Because even if you can't do the variants, you can do free plays and earn the free play currency that way. And then you can use that currency toward purchasing familiars, ultimately, sure, or time gate pieces. But you do need to be able to complete enough variants to have the influence level requirement to be allowed to purchase those things. So you gotta do a little bit, but there are like some guides and resources out there, and you can just like ask people in the community, like, hey, what are your recommendations for like easy patron variants that I can do just to get my influence up, or to get some currency really quickly. And yeah, you barely have to do any to get access to purchasing time gate pieces. Is there a faster way to get your loot level up for the first patron? Ray is asking, yeah, silver chests and then blacksmith contracts that you get from gold chest. Basically, silver chests are best for grinding for item levels. But of course, you can't get epics using silver chests. So it's because there's a trade-off that way. Sorry if I'm not getting to everyone's questions. I'm trying. If you've asked a question and I have not already touched on it, please feel free to just say it again. Just bring it up again. And, for that matter, ask me on Discord if I still haven't answered you. Just tag me on Discord and ask. Mars #2415 is my Discord tag. Can you get shinies from silver? Yes, you can. And when I am grinding for shinies, that is what I do. I get lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of silver chests, and I open them all up. How does Cradles achievement work? How long do you have to have the formation? Oh boy. Yeah, so I'm actually not sure about that. This is difficult to read. Like, it's easier to read there, but it's really difficult to read when you're looking at it in the formation, like in the achievements list here. Like, that is difficult. Create 3 different full formations in which Delina, Minsk, or Cradle have the highest base attack damage, 1 for each champion. Each formation must also contain the other 2 champions as well. Ugh. I don't think I have any specific tips for that one yet, honestly. Garwar, do you think you could hit that up on Friday? I mean, it seems to me that it's just a matter of make a Cradle DPS formation, make a Delina DPS formation, make a Minsk DPS formation, but also for each of those, you have to have all 3 of those champions present. I think that's just what it boils down to. Yeah, it's very specific. But at least it's not like a huge time sink, like some other recent champion achievements that we've had. Riv, for example. I think that's all it is. Okay, cool. So we're in agreement then. Yeah, you could just, like, do it one at a time and then check. We've got 2 out of 3 so far. Accidentally. Ah. So maybe we'll actually have this by the end of this run. That'd be nice. Zarina Claw asks a question that comes up in the community very often about Briv. Hey, just wondering, with Briv, when he skips, does he also collect the chance of red gems from the bosses? Oh, red gems specifically. Okay. When I first glanced at that, I thought it was just asking about gems. I believe so. I believe that it just checks to see everything that comes out of the boss bag. Red gems are for Black Viper, this character. She has this Jewel Thief ability. 25% chance that a red gem will drop from a boss loot sack. Each red gem collected buffs her, basically. And they look exactly like green gems, except they're red. So they're easy to spot. Okay, confirmed by CNE Sean. Anything in the loot bag would be collected. Thank you, Sean. I'm out of tea! Oops. I was almost out of tea! Oh well. It happens. It's the saddest part of every show. However, I have coffee in a very pretty little cup. Ah, that's nice. Yeah, don't worry about Briv. You don't miss anything when you're using Briv. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, I'm not crazy about Black Viper. Meh. Personally. I was at first. When she first came out, the idea that you could get permanent upgrades to a champion was so hype. That was so exciting. But it was also like the first iteration of such a mechanic in Idle Champions. So it makes sense to me why, like, it was cool in concept, but kind of a disappointing execution, like implementation. It was much better with, say, Zorbu. But then, possibly the problem with Zorbu is that it's too strong. So maybe we'll get there. Death of 1, Mars, just swap Cradle with Keelek, most likely get the achievement. I can't! I can't move him. I can't move him. That's just part of the rules of this variant. Can't do it. Thanks for the tip, but I can't do it. Yeah, I'm not too worried about getting the achievement. I wish it was fewer words or just phrased differently, because it's just difficult to read. Can anyone show what Birdsong's new skin looks like? There's no art of it online. Ice the Black Cat. I'd love to, but I can't. Okay, well, I can do this. There you go. I love this. This has got to be one of my favorite skins in the game. I'm not crazy about the sticks coming out of the hat or like the bone necklace, but the rest of it looks great to me. I hope that helps. You would have used a speed potion by now. Well, I feel like I'm running low. Anytime I'm under 20 of something, I start getting a lot more stingy about using it. Kane Zeke. So for someone who has Core, Hitch, Grama, Xander, Milf, Ayla, Narak, Jim, Birdsong, and Kroll, a lot of good ones there, what should be used as formation of Gem Farm? Oh boy. I feel like that's a pretty in-depth question to be asking on my show to give you like specific formation advice from a given roster. But I tell you what, join the Discord and go to the Formations channel. We have a specific channel on the official Idle Champions Discord that is dedicated to people giving you advice on how to optimize your formations. Come get a link to the Discord in the chat. I'm sure if you get on that channel on the Discord and ask that same question, someone or several people would be happy to help. I think it's champions_Discord. I think that's the command. There you go. Thank you, Funky Pants. Chef Brian, very new player here. How do you unlock patrons? Well, each patron has different requirements for unlocking them, such as a sacrifice of silver chests, or you need to have a certain number of champions unlocked, or you need to have a certain total item level. Essentially, it boils down to keep playing the game, and you will eventually have what you need to unlock the patrons. There's nothing that you need to, like, specifically do that you have to, like, go out of your way for, really. Wiz-a-lot. Sacrifice. Patrons just took a dark turn. I mean, Strahd, right? I'd say with the addition of Strahd, patrons took a dark turn. Reverend SC, have you decided on a favorite spot for DPS in this wacky formation? I really haven't, but in this specific variant, Cradles Posse, the third and final variant for Cradle, I'm pretty much forced to use Cradle as my DPS, and I can't move him, so the game is telling me to use this spot for my DPS, which I'm not sure I agree with. Maybe. It is like 2 steps behind one of your tank lines, which, like one of your tank spots, which is the sweet spot for certain tanks. 1 step behind is the sweet spot for Nayeli. Very far behind is better for Turiel. It depends on what DPS character you're using, and like what other champions you have out, honestly. I don't know what determines how often wild offers pop up. I would assume it's just like a random chance, but maybe like with a guaranteed chance after X amount of time or something. You're welcome, Casey. I mean, that's what we're here for. We have 9 minutes left in the show, so if anyone has any further questions they want to ask, feel free. I am here for you. I'm going to get Turiel out here because we can have a very nice Moonbeam buff. A lot of opportunities for Turiel here to max out his Moonbeam efficiency. Carnage Driven, what is your favorite skin? Oh boy, right now? Vampire Catti-brie, easily. I love this. Like, it's simple, right? Like, it's just like a dark tone for Catti-brie and like a red string on the bow. It's just, I feel like it works for her so well. I feel like this is just in every way an improvement over her like default look. She's got a hood. It's just, this is all very good. I like this very much. Maybe second place would be Champion Drizzt. Oh, hi, Tyrell. Look at that! Ah! Ugh, that's good. You can get this from patrons. I love the designs. Ooh, that's a good look on Drizzt. EGN Smith, Mars, any races we haven't seen yet that you'd like for a champion? I feel like we're painfully lacking a Goliath. I'd love a Goliath. I'd love a Kenku. I'd love a Goblin. I'd love a Triton, because that's specifically mentioned in Ashara's Bonds, and we still haven't gotten a Triton yet. I feel like we're almost owed a Triton because it's referenced in a mechanic that exists already. And let me think. We have 1 ASMR, so I can't say ASMR. More would be nice, though. Genasi. I'd like to see 1 of each kind of Genasi. That'd be cool. I like elemental stuff, after all. Oh boy. Oh, hey, real quick, because I keep forgetting to mention this every time it comes up. This boss, right here, Belial Tabavent, this boss has a unique mechanic. If you're confused about how to kill this boss, why it has like a different mechanic, this purple health bar, notice every time one of these like enemies dies, that health bar goes down. It's a shield that's protecting her. She's a summoner boss, and once you've killed enough of her summons, her shield goes away and she goes down easily, because she's not like armored or anything. So it's kind of like a war of attrition against all of her summon mobs. It's a unique mechanic that so far I think only shows up here for that one boss in this one event. Drunks27, no Twitch drops today. Ray, what's one of the best speed champions? Melf! And Shandy and Deacon. And Briv. I'd probably put Melf as the most important, though. Note, Melf also does use gear for his speed mechanic. His slot 4 equipment affects his speed mechanic, so you want that. Yeah, Sentry as well. I just don't think she's like as important as others. Like, oh, technically Xander's a speed champion. No. Minsk, I will permit, is a speed champion of like the lowest caliber. Oh, there's a statement from Margaret. We are planning on another opportunity for our players to get the rewards from yesterday. That's in regard to the Twitch drops from the Penny Arcade stream. We know it wasn't the friendliest of time slots, especially for EU players, but we don't have specific details on what this will be at the moment. Okay. Thank you, Margaret. Yeah, I know emotions are high. I got mine, but my heart goes out to people who didn't get it. Yeah. Major Higgins, you're welcome. See ya. Yeah, we have 5 minutes left in the stream for anybody who has any further questions or comments they want to make. Remember, do the coloring sheets. Catch up to me. I've done like 20 now. I'm gonna do them all. Watch me. It's gonna happen. I've been posting them all up on my Twitter, which there's a link down below here, at RyanBlakeBall. But please call me Mars. Oh, Morton Zomjay, what's been your favorite champion to color? Probably... Of all the ones that I've done, the one that I had the most fun with was probably this Golden Brunor. Because, you know, he's the first character you meet in the game in Idle Champions. So, it feels like, oh, this is classic. Ah, look, this is nice. I enjoyed that. I'm using a paperweight to keep them all from flying away. Check this out. I don't think I've ever shown this off on stream. It's a giant metal D20 from Kraken Dice. It's called a Goliath. It's huge. It's very heavy. That is a table breaker, yes. Snowzen, you have some time gate pieces. Good for you. Is it just for opening the gate, or can you use it for other things? It's pretty much just for opening the gate. I think at least one of the patrons requires time gate pieces as a sacrifice. Talamut, there's at least a link in the fan art channel on the Discord for the coloring sheets. Yeah, the main place to find them is on the Idle Champions blog on the Codename Entertainment website. Mert's the one that wants to read time gate pieces. Thank you, Suano S. What makes Melf worth it? Judo or Dark Guard? Best buff or just the speedy progression stuff? His speed. Melf is the king of speed. I think the, like, the summary from, like, Silisa is, like, very bad as a support character for buffing, but no one beats Melf in terms of being a speed champion. Melf is, like, the new standard for speed. So, yeah, get Melf. Regardless of the buff that he gives as a support, Melf's great to have for just playing the game faster. Out of coffee. That's okay, I have water. What do you guys think about Cradle? There's only like a minute left in the chat, but in the stream, I mean. But I hope that you enjoy the event. I hope that you enjoy Cadibri, Spurt, and Cradle. We'll talk more about Cadibri and Spurt next week. But today I really wanted to focus on Cradle. I like him. Let's see, do we have his... We still don't have his ultimate yet. So we can't look at it again, unfortunately. I like him so far. Charismatic Leader is really cool. It's a very interesting ability. I like that Cradle, like, just with his existence, his presence, it's establishing that much more that ability scores do matter. Like, it's continuing that trend of ability scores matter more and more in the game over time. There's been an upward trend of that over time. So, I like having Cradle. I like his art. He's got a nice smile. And I look forward to using him more. We'll see if I can't get him geared up for next week, and maybe we'll try some kind of a deep run that uses him, see how far we can get. Doing like Cradle DPS specifically might be really fun. Alright. Oh yeah, and hey CD, thanks for debuting your emotes on my show. That was really fun. Alright, if I didn't get to your questions, then feel free to ask me on the Discord, and we're going to do our outro so I can say goodbye. Folks, thank you for joining me for this episode of Mars Guiding Hand. Hope to see you all again next week. Tune in tomorrow for the C&E stream, and on Friday, of course, for the Untitled Garwar stream, and before that, Cradles Champions, my favorite streaming media in existence at the moment, because it's just hilarious. I love those pancakes. Don't miss those great shows. Remember, you can follow Idle Champions on social media, and you can join our community on Discord, Reddit, and lots of other places. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan Blake Hall, on twitch.tv/Storyteller Mars, and of course, I'm just extremely active in our community in general. Wherever you are in our multiverse, please stay safe. Practice good habits, be kind to yourself and to others, and I'll see you next time. Till then, look sharp.